Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the best attainable centers in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM here on this tier list. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it and let's start off with this tier list. And I will say, I think it is absolutely worth noting that the center position is like a lot worse on this list than every other position is. There's just not nearly as many good centers. It's a lot more lower tier and just also lower overall cards, and that can be a bit, I think, frustrating, to be totally honest. It certainly is a little annoying to me. I wish there were more high level attainable centers. That being said, there are certainly a few good ones that are on this list for sure, but it's just a weaker overall list. Like Rudy Gobert starting us off is probably, on any other list, I feel like he's towards the bottom, but on this list, he's like B or even borderline A. He's got great size. He's great defensively. His jumper's not special at all, but he does shot. I mean, he can hit a wide open three at least, and defensively, finishing wise, athletically, and size wise, he's a legitimately solid option. I think he's like high B or low A. He's not bad at all. Now, KP, even at this point in the year, I do think he's got to be probably, I mean, he is, his biggest value is that he's 7'2" and he has a okay-ish jumper, but at this point in the year, the jumper's not that good, especially on normal. He's not going to defend at all. He's going to be super slow, super soft. He's just not, he's not going to cut it at this point in the year. I think we're going to go D tier, although he might get moved up to C. We'll see. DeAndre Ayton, I think A is probably fine. I like him as a shooter more than I do Gobert. I think his jumper overall is probably better. He's basically the same height. Defensively, he's not quite as good probably, but offensively, I think he's probably a little better. I think I like him more than Gobert. I think I go A with him. Wang is like low-key pretty darn good for Pink Diamond. He's 7'1". He's got good speed. He's got a solid jumper. Not a spectacular jumper, but he's not bad for a Pink Diamond. He's probably the best Pink Diamond big in the game besides Wemby, so I think we'll go B for him. Tyson Chandler has 87 speed and an okay jumper at 7 foot, but it's like a 62 3 ball. The jumper's not bad, but it is only on normal at this point. Like he's not cutting it at this point in the year, you know what I mean? And that's not to say he's a bad card at all, because he's absolutely not. He's just not cutting it at the highest level at this point, and I think he's probably going to go D as well. Walker Kessler, I think he's better than Wang. I'm gonna go Wang and C, I think, because I think Walker Kessler's better, and I think he deserves to be B. He's 7 foot with a good jumper, good defense, good release. I mean, that's kind of what you want, right? A guy who's gonna defend, he's gonna be pretty big, he's gonna have a nice jumper, and he's gonna have a good release. I mean, that's or just nice jumper, good release, the same thing, but he's a good finisher too. Like he's a well-rounded solid guard. I think he's B tier. Bill Walton is terrible. I'm not kidding. His jumper is awful. He's undersized. I would rather have Pink Diamond Wang than Bill Walton, 100%. He is bad. The problem is there are a good amount of bad cards on this list probably, so I think that might be the biggest issue, is that I don't think he's good, but I think there's a lot of mediocre guys on this list. So he almost, I mean, like, is Steven Adams better? Probably slightly. He's a little bit bigger. He's not as good of a shooter, but he's also, I mean, he doesn't have a great jumper, neither does Bill Walton. So I think I'd take Steven Adams over Bill Walton at center just because of size, if nothing else. Bigger player build, stronger. That's probably about it though, honestly, in terms of my thoughts on that. Like, I don't think that either of these cards are all that special at all. I don't know. I think I'll give Steven Adams C though. He's not awful. Mark Eaton is our first S tier. Legitimately the first like really good big man. He's 7'4" with a solid enough jumper, but amazing size and interior ability. He's what we need at the center position. He's not nearly as good as the very best unattainable centers, but he at least provides the size and the defense to try to stop them, and the size to finish offensively as well. So he provides value for sure. Eddie Curry, also going to go C tier at this point. Not bad for a budget center, but also not a super tall or super elite big man at this point in the year. I think he's probably fairly put at C tier. Not horrible though. I think he's like high C, just like Wang. Not a bad card. Roy Hibbert, his biggest value is that he's 7'2", but his jumper's not good. Being a giant is enough for me to put him B tier, but I can't put him higher than that, realistically. Artis Gilmore, I am going to put S. He's probably low S, but he is S. His jumper's nice. Defensively, he's actually pretty solid. The jumper's not elite, but it's good enough. Like, he's a solid card. He gets the job done pretty well, pretty versatile. I'd say he's a nice option. I think he's a little bit slept on, to be honest. He's not quite as good as Mark Eaton is, but he's not bad. Kareem, also going to go D tier at this point. Just doesn't have the shooting or the release. I know he's big, but I guess he is 7'2". You know what? Kareem's going to go C tier because he's 7'2". And that is valuable. At the end of the day, he's 7'2" with pretty good speed and good defense. That is going to provide some sort of value that some of those guys at D tier just aren't going to provide. Wemby goes A tier to me. Pink Diamond, I think his release being very hard to contest is still a huge part of what makes this card really nice. He isn't fast, but he is, if badged, very, very good. If he's badged, he's probably S tier. If he's fully badged with like Hoffs and Legend badges, because his jumper's still tough to contest, and he's 7'4". So those things are valuable. He is a very good card still, and I think he's borderline S. Wilt, I think is going to go D. I mean, he's not quite as big as Kareem. That's about the reason, honestly. I don't know, just not going to shoot the ball very well. I probably like Kareem's jumper more than Wilt's. Not that I like either of them, because really I don't. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is fair. I think we go Kareem in C and Wilt in D is my thought process, although they're not that far apart. Channing Frye, pretty mid jumper on that card, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. I never actually used him in gameplay, but I'm pretty sure his jumper is the same as his diamond from Season 5, which I don't think is a great shot. And it's Torrey Craig base. Oh, it is. Okay, so it's not horrid. The jumper, it's actually not that bad, I don't think. Rush dribble style, Kemba escape. He's 89 speed, 90 standing, 92 interior, 90 block. Badges aren't great. 7 foot. D. Doesn't have enough defense, I think. David Robinson, A, same level as DeAndre Ayton. 7 foot 1 with 96 speed is a valuable skill set to have. Like, before anything else, though, that is a very, very valuable skill set to have. So I think he has to be A tier, just being as big and as capable and well-rounded as he is. He's a legitimately very solid card. Yao Ming, I don't like this card at all. I'm putting him D tier too. I don't even care. I understand he's 7'6". He is like 70 speed, 73, and his jumper's on normal. It's not that good. Yikes. I don't enjoy using that card. I don't think he's that good. I will put him C tier, because I know there are people are gonna be like, he's a giant. He's so annoying to stop. I get that. And so you know what? I'll give him C, but I'm not giving him higher than that. Jack Sigma, he's 6'11", B. If he was taller than 6'11", he'd be higher. His jumper's really nice. His defense is great. His stats and batters are awesome, but he's 6'11", and height matters a lot, so B tier. Zach Edey is worse than Yao. Realistically, he's even slower and an inch shorter. I'm sorry. That is not a high level card right there. Joel Embiid, A tier as well. I don't actually think he's S. He's not that big. If he was taller, he'd be S tier, but as a 7-footer, he's not huge, and his jumper's not spectacular. His animations aren't spectacular. There's not something about him that makes me go, oh yeah, the fact that he's short, it doesn't bother me anymore because he's so good at this. There's just not that thing with Embiid. Is he a good card? Sure. Is he A tier? Not S? I think so. Vlade Divac, I mean, he's 7'1" with pretty good stats and badges. I don't think he's incredibly fast. I don't love his jumper at this point in the year. I think I'd go C tier, but he's not bad by any means. Chet is another one of those guys who provides a lot of physical size and nice defensive animations. He's a capable shooter. Player build isn't anything like the guys in S tier, and I think player build's a big reason those guys are at S tier, is because they're so big. But I do think Chet's good, and I think he's A tier for sure. Hassan Whiteside's jumper is absolutely atrociously awful, and he's not tall enough to overcome it. He is a D tier card in my opinion. Not a big fan of Hassan Whiteside. Alex Sarr, same level as Chet. They're basically the same card. Really think that's pretty self-explanatory. Rudy Gobert, a worse Kareem. Putting him in D tier. He's not spectacular either. DeAndre Jordan is maybe the worst card in this list. He's terrible. Put him in the bottom. He's not even that big, and his jumper's ugly. I don't like that card in the slightest. Zubac, same level as Kessler, legitimately good. About a 7-footer with a very nice jumper and quality defense. He's actually pretty good. Better than most of the cards on this list, especially all the guys below him, obviously. Kareem is S tier. He's 7'1" with 96, or 7'2" with 96 speed. Again, just like D-Rob, he's like a bigger, better D-Rob, honestly. Maybe a little worse as a shooter, but I mean, I just think that's a pretty real thing. And having that type of size and speed is just very, very valuable, even if he's not a dominantly elite shooter or anything like that. Next up is going to be Manute Bol. Manute is D because he's 50 speed. That card stinks. Pau Gasol actually is in D tier, mostly because I just don't like this list very much. He's 7 foot, and his jumper's not that good, but his stats and badges are solid. He's good defensively. I've never liked this card, but I don't think he's D tier on this list. I think he's C. It's the first list Pau Gasol's been on that he hasn't been D tier, I don't think. JaVale McGee, another D tier, just because the jump shot stats and badges are really indicative of a great card, but he's a 7-footer with a terrible jumper. That is not going to do it for me. Miles Turner, 6'11". If he was taller, he'd be higher, just like Jack Sigma, but he's B tier because his jumper's not that spectacular, and he's 6'11", and I would be lying to say that I think this card is truly a top tier option at the center position, just because of his size mostly, but to me, he is going to go B tier. Wemby is also going to go S tier, unsurprisingly. I mean, 7'4" with 85 speed and a jumper that's hard to contest. He's a better version of his Pink Diamond, which already is still a very good card. Opal is still one of the best centers in the game. You're going to see him a lot, and for good reason. He's a spectacular card. Next up is Dikembe, and Dikembe is really good. Dikembe is probably the best big on this list, in my personal opinion, in terms of the attainable bigs, and I think he's a stud. His jumper is incredible. He's extremely good defensively. He plays like the 100 overalls, the KPs and Wilts and guys like that that are too expensive to be included on this list. That's what Dikembe reminds me of in a lot of ways. He is a 100 overall caliber big in every sense of the word. Extremely good card, one of the best bigs in my team. So he's also S tier. And there you go. This is the tier list. Let me know what y'all think of the list in the comment section down below. If there's anything you agree with this or disagree with, feel free to let me know. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.